progressive metal band fronted by the keyboardist Tyler Sherrill. Now, though the album is an instrumental album with a few spoken parts throughout, there is a big story in here, and I'm going to give a crash course on what that story is. The main focus of the story is this omnipotent being called the Endless. He is all yet nothing. So the Endless is just strolling around thinking about different mythos, and then he starts thinking, you know what would be cool? I should create my own place of legend. So then after walking around for a little while, he suddenly comes across Earth and he's like, I'm going to use the portals there to get to all these various mythological places. The Endless's journey starts on the continent of Mu, which is like a huge jungle forest steel area. Now from this continent, the Endless takes the Nakal tablets, which hold data on the emergence of the universe. However, by taking these tablets, Mu's ultimate downfall came upon it. So then the Endless heads to Atlantis, and from there takes the Atlantean stone which held Atlantis afloat over the sea. This is what caused Atlantis to sink. His quest for knowledge then takes him to Agartha, the city in the center of the world. From Agartha he takes the World Heart, which is what kept Agartha thriving. The World Heart and the Atlantean crystal's powers combined opened the gateway to the multiverse. All that was left of Agartha was a molten core. The portal takes him to Yggdrasil, which gives him access to all of the 9 realms. After taking what he wanted from each of the 9 realms, he ends up on the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard. From Asgard, he takes all of the grand artifacts of the gods. Now this mass culmination of all the Endless has collected so far brought forth the Ragnarok, which tore apart the 9 realms. He is then brought to Avalon, the resting place of King Arthur, and where magic thrives. From Avalon, he took the magic, which caused a cataclysm, which took all the stars from the sky. The final gateway then opened up to him, which led him to Columna Cerului, heaven. Surprisingly, the Endless takes nothing from this sacred realm. The journey through heaven takes him to Empyrean heaven, the heaven of all heavens. It is here he is encountered by the goddess, who says, "You can't do anything here," so the Endless is all, "Bitch, you don't have control over me." They both engage in an epic confrontation, with the Endless winning in the end. Tired from the epic battle, the Endless enters the throne room and sits upon the throne. The metamorphosizing sleep lasted for a century. When the Endless awoke, a huge wave went throughout the galaxy, making everybody go, "Whoa, what was that?" The Endless had transcended godhood. He had become a god of gods. The Endless, with his new powers, now begins to craft his own mythological realm. The Endless creates his grand palace, Apollotos, a giant planet. From all his actions bringing forth this, he had changed the entire course of history for Earth. Now with the story told, let's get on to the actual review. The music here is something that's entirely unique to itself. The sound is something you've more than likely never heard before. The guitars have definitely been buffed significantly as compared to the previous release, Fractured Singularity. And honestly, this entire album reminds me of Anubis Gate's Andromeda Unchained. Really, this album isn't just a piece of music, this is an entire experience. Lock yourself in a room away from everyone else, take a good hour out of your time and listen to this album. This is like the soundtrack to a really neat 80s sci-fi film. The amount of work put into this album is quite immense, and the tale itself epic. Anybody that's a fan of progressive metal, particularly Anubis Gate, should pick up this album, especially since it's for free. This very well might be one of the best releases of 2014 so far. This album gets a grand 9.5 out of 10. This is sci-fi perfection. Do not miss this release.